very epic time on this world right now. Everybody can see it. And Larry Nichols is somebody that saw it. Green Beret, commando, all over the world fighting communists, recruited into the shadow government. Dixie Mafia, that's what it is in the South. Brought the Clintons into power, was there, saw me in Arkansas, the drug deal and the dead kids, and said, I'm not going to be part of it anymore, and went public against them. And he's the guy that helped bring forward the information that began the impeachment. And he's the fella that got ostracized, demonized, and attacked by these folks. And Larry Nichols is our guest here today, just for the next 20 minutes or so. He's got some breaking news and intel for us. Then we have a man running for Senate, Colonel Rob Maness, popping in, Peter Schiff on what's happening with the economy. We've got Rob doing the rest of our crew from Denver. They'll be at the side of the demonstration. We'll see all Info Warriors converge on that, on the west steps of the Colorado State Capitol building, 200 each Colfax Avenue, Denver, Colorado. And they're going to be in Portland, where the left has said no one is allowed to be there for the student groups to speak. No Trump supporters are allowed. They attacked them last week. 6 Trump supporters peacefully there. And so our crew is going as listed speakers to speak to their group, and we'll be there and witness what happens. Hope you come there and support the First Amendment. We expect the college to actually help them attack the crew. The crew is ready. They wanted to go. To illustrate. They'll be like Gandhi. I mean, I've told them, let them hit you if you want or defend yourself, but they're going to let them hit them first. They're there to, and I'm sure it'll be on the news that we're evil and bad. This is something Joe Biggs and Rob Do and others want to be part of and defend the First Amendment. The good news is a lot of CBS News, U.S. News and World Report, even Associated Press are going, you really should count votes in primaries. This is not something that's been done before where you just ignore them. Now, stop it. This is a dictatorship. Quit. So the public didn't buy it. The mainstream media tried to sell it. It didn't work, so now they're backing off that a little bit. Doesn't mean they still won't try to steal it, but Sarah Palin said there should be an uprising, basically. I didn't say that and accuse myself and Roger Stone trying to call for a war. We're going to win in the info war, folks. We don't want it to go physical. Of course, if it does, we're going to win that too. But our guest is Larry Nichols, and Larry is having trouble speaking today. He is battling cancer. And folks should pray for him. And he has his oxygen tubes out right now. He had a tracheotomy last time he was on with us. So he's a tough old bird, and we love him. And Larry, good to have you here with us, my friend.
Hey, man, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing good, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm here. Listen, Alex, I'm here today because I've got to make an announcement. They're not going to let Trump have, they're not going to let him have the nomination. Donald Trump has a move that he can make. I've tried every way I know how. I know you have to get Trump in touch with me. It's not something I've made up. It's not something I've hypothesized.
Well, some of what we talk about does get to him. Some of what we talk about does get to him. I can tell you that.
I understand.
Go ahead.
I understand. What Donald Trump should do, and I mean he should do it this weekend, he should hold a press conference and he should say, I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it on behalf of the American people. I'm bringing my cadre of attorneys in. I'm paying for them. And I'm filing theft by deception lawsuit against the RNC. Now, I know there'll be attorneys that say, oh, that's crazy. You can't sue the RNC. Well, I was told, if you'll remember, Alex, I couldn't sue the president either with Paula Jones. Well, by God, I did. And by God, we got him under oath. And he lied, and we got him for perjury. That's what got him impeached. And he needs to say very clearly that the attorneys I hire, we're filing the lawsuit. It should be filed under criminal court. But we know Obama and the criminal people, they're not going to do that. So you're going to have to file it civilly. And then Alex, within 3 weeks, he should make it known. Karl Rove, Reince Priebus, Paul Ryan, et al., whoever else, Mitt Romney, that within 3 weeks, he plans to have his attorneys have them under deposition, under discovery.
Well, Paul Manafort, who pretty much runs his campaign now and is coming on very soon, he went on, as you know, Meet the Press a week ago and said that they are looking, quote, at filing complaints and lawsuits, and I actually believe it's going in that direction. Regardless, just to point out, we're saying this is fraud. We're saying people should be allowed to vote in America.
Right. Well, this is a technical point of law. I mean, number one, the RNC reached one bridge too far, Alex, when they went and had Louisiana, Colorado, and a couple of other states prematurely go ahead and take delegate votes from Trump. Had they have waited until 1 week, 6 days before the convention, yeah, there'd been nothing anybody could do, Alex. The executive committee, rules committee could have had their meeting 6 days before the convention, fixed it to steal the thing.
I totally agree with you. The way the rules were written, they could try some hanky-panky up around the convention, but the fact that they did it prematurely or just canceled caucuses altogether is amazing.
Well, and remember, Alex, to the people, y'all listen to me. And Trump, listen to me, damn it, listen to me. There are people that have stood in line hours to hear you speak. There are people that have gone through great difficulty to go out and vote for you. Now, these Republicans, executives, they have no intention of letting you have the nomination. I don't care if you go in. Alex, I've already told you there was an executive meeting where they discussed if he gets 1237 down to 1200, they're giving it to Kasich so they minimize the blowback. Look, guys, this stuff's been going on a long time. It has. But you see, when Trump got in the race, Alex, what changed this whole dynamic from years past? Normally, you remember I told you this months and years ago, in primaries, who has the most money always wins. So what the Republicans have always done to trick the elections, they get about 10 candidates to run in the beginning. They run all those guys off. They use up all their money. And then the only one left is the establishment candidate that has all the money in the world. In this case, it was supposed to be Bush. But here comes Trump. Trump don't need their money. And all of those rules broke down. Now they're forced to go out in public and do it right in front of everybody's eyes. If he will do this, I assure him, he will get the nomination for the RNC. They can't stop him because what'll happen, you know this, Alex, we get Karl Rove and the boys in the box under oath and start asking them some questions like, golly gee, did y'all get together and communicate with the Louisiana Executive Committee? Did y'all by chance talk to and conspire with the Colorado RNC? Find out, make them say under oath what they did or did not do. And I'll say this to Reince Priebus and Karl Rove and all you pumpkin heads, listen to me. Everything Hillary Rodham Clinton has on every one of you, some of you will put you in jail. All of you, it'll make you awfully ashamed of your name. Everything she's got, I got. And I swear to you, I will use it. I'm going to use it. Now, the best thing everybody can do can zip this thing up. Trump can get his act together. I don't need him to bring in these pros from Dover, Alex. You know, he can bring in that guy you're talking about and all these other guys that can count delegates and all the other. I know when the fix is in. I know how it works, and I know what they're planning. They figured that even if they steal it from Trump, Hillary will get it. And then, you know what? They'll do what they've done before. Look, if you're a good Republican, do you want to vote for Hillary? Okay, yeah, you wanted Trump. But the guy we got's not Hillary. And that's how they think this is going to go. Put them under oath, Alex.
Well, I agree with you. It's a great plan, and I think something similar is being looked at. Why are the Republicans so arrogant, or is it desperateness to openly cancel elections in different states and like Trump wins all these states and suddenly we hear he's lost, and Hillary's doing it to Sanders? Sounds like the two parties have gotten together at the top. We know they have against the Tea Party, and have decided to just steal it together and to cover each other's backs.
Alex, this is the last election we're going to have. Y'all, this is the last
No, you were saying that a year ago. You were saying that a year ago.
Yeah, look what's going on. You've got Biden and Obama and the head of the Federal Reserve meeting this week. Did you know it's a matter of national security? Those three are never to be in the same room away from the Capitol security. But they were. One of the things they talked about. This was in Reuters. This isn't me saying it, Alex. It was in Reuters. They were discussing martial law. in case of a global meltdown. Then you've got the monetary fund, global monetary fund people meeting in New York. They're coming in, China taking gold back in the
Yeah, let's talk about the state of the world. Absolutely. They're not, stay there, Larry. They're not doing desperate stuff, I agree, here and all over the world for no reason. They know stuff's coming so big, we won't even remember all the stuff they're doing now. I'm telling you, folks, my spidey sense is pegging. I mean, it's like the RPMs are just off the chart. I can feel it. I can see it. Woo, man, I tell you, better get right with God, folks. Coming up after our guest leaves us, phone transcripts prove Hillary lied about Benghazi attack. Breaking. Infowars.com. Another exclusive article is up on drudgereport.com. Colorado caucus volunteers, ballot errors hurt Trump delegate candidates, could have violated state rules. Well, there, they just, even the few that wanted to vote who hadn't already been bought off were unable to because the ballots were just for the other guy. I mean, wow, they really are getting arrogant. You were getting into why you think this is all happening, Larry Nichols. And it is in the news that even mainline mega banks, Royal Bank of Scotland, you name it, says sell everything you got. Economic implosion coming. Much of the world's already in a depression. Americans still aren't aware of it, but some days nothing's coming across the Atlantic or vice versa to the U.S. Shipping is coming to a halt, slowed down almost entirely from China. I mean, this is serious. What's the real state of the economy? Talking to your insiders, you said also there was more going on to Scalia than we knew. It came out it was a secret society. Those two issues, Larry Nichols.
Well, number one, what's going on with the economy? If you'll notice, the FDIC has put out a warning about the 5 major banks. Folks, let me tell you, they use code words. Alex, there's a code word running around, floating around, called negative interest. Now, guys, I know some of you are thinking, and the public, a lot of the public's thinking negative interest. Oh, boy, that means our house payment will really go down. No. Negative interest means, are you listening to me? Negative interest means they're going to charge you interest to keep your money in the bank. They're not going to pay you interest.
And by the way, that's already started in 4 countries in Europe. It's already begun. It means taxes on money transfers.
Then they're going to nationalize and repatriate. That's what all this stuff is going on about the banks and the FDIC. One of my people inside with the FDIC is talking about there's a group, a core, that is fighting the repatriation and nationalization of the banks under this financial meltdown. And they're going to use, of course, we've got to stop the downfall of the country. Now, what nationalization and repatriation means, and Alex, I've been in 3 countries, 4, I guess, that collapsed. 2 of them I helped. In those countries, what nationalization means, the government's going to come in and take over the banks.
And they're going to make the mega banks foreign debt our debt. It's not real nationalization. It's globalization.
It's globalization. But now the repatriation part of the nationalization is that means folks are claiming all the money's theirs. Your money belongs to them.
Bail-ins.
They're going to take your money. If you don't get your money out of the bank now, excuse my dog, but if you don't get your money out of your bank now, there's going to be a day very, very soon that you're going to go down there and get it, and they're going to say, what money are you talking about? What money? And you may think that you've got this bank that's local and it's not connected to this mega conglomerate. You're wrong. Your bank, right where you're at, is connected to these big global banks. It's all, they've done it. They've got it globalized. That's why Trump has to do what I'm saying. We've got to fight, or this country's done. And if you don't believe me, look at what they're doing, Alex. They don't care that you know they're rigging the election. They don't care that the American people are figuring out, wait a minute, I thought I went to vote for a candidate for president, and now I find out what Nichols and Alex Jones and all these people have been saying for years, my vote don't mean nothing. They're going to pick who they want. There's a reason they're doing it. It's because they know in the next few weeks, if we have that long, this thing's coming down.
Well, now Larry, you're going out on a limb here, and you're a credible guy, and I respect you, but you're saying the next few weeks. This is inevitable the next few years. You're saying the hammer fall is coming.
It ain't gonna take years, and we're lucky. It might take months, but I doubt it. Look, Obama's sitting there. He's making his plans. You got Obama with his Islamic creeps wanting to take over our country.
Larry, I'm going to have you back up sometime this week for a full hour. Stay there. I'm going to put your P.O. box up for folks that want to contact you or support you. nicholslive at AOL.com on PayPal, folks. He's battling lung cancer. nicholslive at AOL.com, folks. You need to support this patriot. Larry Nichols, 58 Kingston Drive, Conway, Arkansas, 72034. God bless you, Larry. We'll talk to you soon. Wow. Thousands of years ago, there was a basic form of chivalry. Our ancestors would hear the drums of war, giving the warriors of the tribe a chance to organize and prepare a defense. 60 years ago, when foreign air forces were approaching filled with bombs, they had drums of their own, air raid sirens. But in the 21st century, there are silent weapons for quiet war, pathogens added to the food and water, and to the lining of plastics that destroy our vitality, turn off our hormones, and accelerate our journey towards death. I personally counter this onslaught with Anthroplex. Anthroplex is designed with known organic concentrated herbs to create the basic foundation to normal metabolic activity inside the human body. Discover why Anthroplex is turning so many heads today. It's time for us to take our bodies back into our own hands, and it starts at InfoWarsLife.com with Anthroplex.